NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Miami Dolphins. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Set, ready? 10, 2, stop.
Let's make these babies cry on the way back home. Let's make these babies cry.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Moncrief brings it in. They'll wind up with 7 on the dump-off, but it'll set up third down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Ready up.
Mark, 59, Mark. Check, 59. Yeah, let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here. Begin.
And to give this time to the tailback. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Yeah. Check 13. Check 13.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. That is caught by the former Gator Antonio Callaway. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, there has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Here we go.
He's not going to get me.
11. Get hot.
Play action. Garoppolo. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, You'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that,
the Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Check, check, lucky. Check, check, Fresno.
Topper!
And Mayfield just getting the play off. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath. Nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. Third down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
Ready.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To throw, Mayfield. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's fourth down. On fourth down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Back deep, the former All-Pro Tyler Lockett. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines.
Let's go, baby.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here we go.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
Mike, 53.
21.
Mike, it's been a long day for you. 53 to Mike.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. He's got Lockett. And a nice gain of 21 yards. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Check 31. Kill.
21.
Watch the safety creep.
Now they try the right side here. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
And he'll give it here to his running back. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
A gain of 2 on the play brings up 3rd and 4.
Here we go.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down.
Six. One, Omaha.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Browns drive about to get started. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a 1-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Got it. 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Target.
Now a handoff looking right. He's going to have the first down past the 20 and all the way up to the 35-yard line. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
First down, Browns.
The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Let's go. 18, Gator.
Hey, pick your game up.
Hey, Sam off.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. It's caught by Moncrief. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line. And to give this time to the tailback. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Squeeze, double.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mayfield. Completes it to Moncrief, left side. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
No gain at all on the play there, and that'll bring up 4th down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well.
Get ready.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here we go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Here we go.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Let's see what you got.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now
21,
on 1st and 10.
44, Mike, 44.
11, 21. Here we go.
Back.
Hey, wahoo!
There's Garoppolo to throw. Going for the deep ball. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
53's Mike. Let's go, baby.
Hey, orbit. Get hot.
Now Garoppolo. Going up top. And this throw will be intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Here we go.
First foray into the red zone for Miami. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16.
And here we go. Safe. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Check 52. Watch out. He's coming.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
Whoa! Let's get it.
Here we go. Wait. Man.
On 2nd and 15 now. Garoppolo. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
11.
Watch the curve.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
The Browns drive about to get started. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. A pass there over the middle to start things out. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that.
Five.
Mike, check. 59. Hey,
Mayfield to throw it. And that is incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Mike's 59.
Roll out.
Chance.
Snap.
Mayfield on 3rd and 2. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Give him 35 yards there on the third down conversion.
First down, Cleveland.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Mayfield on first down. Looking for his running back, and he's got him.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from it. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Akeem Hicks in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The 22 is the line to gain here on third down.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
From the gun, Mayfield. He's going to go for it all. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's fourth down.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through, and that will tie us at 3-3. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front seven? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit and forced the field goal.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
That good for 22 and a first down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. On play action, now Garoppolo. There goes a deep ball, end zone. That's going to be caught. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there for the Dolphins. And even 50 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Third down just got a lot tougher. That will officially go as a loss of 7. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. A gain of 7 might change the thought process here as they have some options on fourth and goal. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And this one is right through. So we've reached halftime here on Christmas Day. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
Here we go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Throwing on second down, Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Mike 51.
13.
Watch the slat.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Here we go. Black 80.
Watch the run. Alert 3.
12.
Alert 3. 36.
12.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Get hot.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Looking to throw on second down. Garoppolo nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
If there's any way they can find something that can pop something big to knock them back on their heels.
So the sack of Garoppolo, and now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. He lets it fly for Lockett. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
And he'll take this one up to about the 13. Nickel Roby-Coleman up to make the tackle.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". Silver, Silver. Check safety, check safety. 25, check 25.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Brings up 3rd down.
Set up. 15 line. 15 line.
Let's go, D.
Hey, exit.
57.
Set up.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Melvin Ingram, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Here's Jamie Gillendown as he's on to punt for Cleveland. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
Let's go. Let's go.
36-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 45-yard line.
Here we
The
go.
last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
Mike 53. Hey,
12, fellas, here we go.
Slam, slam.
21, 21.
Kill, kill. He's
Set hot. Set.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Here we go, here we go. 180.
Mike. Check back, check back. 53 to Mike. 53, check.
I got you, I got you.
Tackles.
2. Hey, Haywood. Black.
Get in the weight room.
Set hot.
Check 4, check 4.
Set.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Give him 32 on the play.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. And to give this time to the tailback. And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Check. Crunch.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at the Browns' 21.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Here we go, here we go. Like 20. 65.
Check.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
19-yard line. 19-yard line. Brings up 2nd and 10. At their own 20.
They'll give it here to his running back. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
I know you ain't got it.
They'll run it here. This is James White. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
Mike. Here we go. 180.
Mike. Not here.
11. 53.
From the 17, Garoppolo. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Taco Charlton in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Back now in Miami. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long?
21.
Garoppolo. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He'll have the win at his back here in the 4th quarter. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the lead will increase to 6 now. It's 9-3. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
On a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Browns drive about to get started. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
Watch the run.
Hey, Delta.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
Let's go.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Akeem Hicks. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
It's 2nd down.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now Mayfield. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And this is Moncrief for the catch. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
Hey. You got 3 down.
Hey, lock it.
Switch. twist. Watch the
Gone, gone.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Here's Jamie Gillendale. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. The drive starts with a run by White. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Here we go. 180.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Stay hot. Stay hot.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And take it right on the 30. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Browns drive about to get started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Mike, check, 59, 59. Hey, defense.
1st down, Mayfield. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
And the Browns 1st down.
This quarterback now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on 1st down. Throwing, Mayfield. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. A gain of 6 there on 1st. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Mayfield looks to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to perhaps salt this one away. And this one is right down Broadway. And the lead stretches to 9. It's now 12-3. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us. Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Here we go, set, 60 or. Go, go. 57's the mic. Watch 57. Watch the screen. 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 57's the mic. Mike 57. On the ball, on the ball, on the ball, on the ball. Bang, 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 bang. Hey, Zoo. Fine.
Here's Mayfield. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Mayfield. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Leo.
Now Mayfield. Got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Mayfield now. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Mayfield to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Here's Mayfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Nickel Roby-Coleman. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47.
Here we go. 180!
So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together.
Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Stay packing, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel get a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby. I'll be done so soon. Phone gonna be off, each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. Okay. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked. It's nothing new. Okay. Death comes in threes. Wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job. Pull up the pop out and pull out. Hat on and hood on, pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one. They wanna keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense. I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Touchdown, 8th floor, come down, hotel, lobby. Receptionist, what now? 11 a.m. Check out. Might give her one foul just to tell her it's one now. How come? I need rest, no recess on my schedule. Right. Mama used to serve vegetables, now half the meals got